And LinkedIn is now the place we do business, connect with other professionals and find work. LinkedIn has over 11 million members in Australia. That's half our population, all on LinkedIn. But how do you actually use it to your advantage?
Here to tell us more as is the host of the job hunting podcast, Renata Bernarde. Now, thanks for joining us this morning, Renata.
Thanks for having me, guys. I think with the Melbourne lockdown, we really need to know how to use LinkedIn more and more, don't we?
Well, absolutely. And obviously, even before COVID-19, we could sort of see LinkedIn was replacing those sort of trendy CBD strips and the Friday night drinks bar and the cafe, all the places that you would traditionally network. LinkedIn is now the place for that instead.
Stop saying that, Ellen. I miss that so much. I'm on 333 Collins Street. I haven't been there since March, not even to pick up my mail. So more and more, LinkedIn it's doing exactly that. It was already king even before COVID, but now with COVID, especially here in Melbourne, we have to be on LinkedIn. And more people that have been reluctant in the past, or they have jobs their entire lives and didn't feel that they needed to be on LinkedIn for professional career advancement. Now we have no choice, and so many people are just starting on LinkedIn. So we have this assumption, because I've been on LinkedIn since 2008, since it started, we just assume that people know what to do, but many people don't. So I recently started doing LinkedIn audits, and I'm having a ball. I'm really enjoying it, and I've picked up on a few things that people are missing out on and making little mistakes, and just minor adjustments will make a huge difference for their career advancement and finding jobs or doing business, because I know a lot of your audience are business owners as well.
Well, that's the thing, is like those top tips that you probably can give us right now is definitely going to give people that upgrade and overhaul of what they need on their LinkedIn. For myself personally, you know, I may have been just an ad hoc user of LinkedIn, but I definitely need to give it that overhaul. What sort of tips do you have for me and for anyone out there listening right now?
Well, first of all, it's the photo. The photo is really important, and so many people just put a haphazard photo up there. You know, I have seen photos from weddings that just cut off the flowers at the top, and I have seen lots of people with photos with sunglasses on and inside their sports cars. And look, unless you are a car dealer, you should not have a photo of you inside your car. And unless you do fancy hairdressers, you should not have a photo with a hat. So just taking care to make sure that you're presenting yourself in the most professional way possible is really important. And taking time to take a picture of you, because LinkedIn now is your first interview, right?
Yes.
It's the first place people will see you.
So definitely don't use like a photo of myself at Halloween dressed up as Joe Exotic from the Tiger King as my profile picture, you know.
No, please don't. Look, I've seen some very cute photos. I have one that I love and I use as an example, and it's a little boy playing with his toys on the front, and the mother is looking at him caringly and just her arms across, and she's looking at him. Now, this woman who is in my LinkedIn connections, she's an HR manager and she deals with diversity and gender inclusion. That's her area of expertise, and that photo encompasses what she does. Yeah. Another great example of that is I had someone who was scuba diving, and he is a marine biologist. It makes sense. So unless it makes complete sense, play safe, especially if you're in the job market and you're looking for work, and have just a professional photo done for you. Ask somebody to take a good picture of you and place it there, and that will be a safe bet, but definitely invest in that.
Do you know what I find weird about LinkedIn, Renata, is people that are actually looking at your profile, because it gives you a notification of who's looked at your profile, but then they don't necessarily want to connect with you. They're just looking at your profile. And then there's also some people that just pop up with an invitation, but they haven't looked at your profile. Should you feel like you need to sort of add everyone that asks you to connect? Because I've sort of
I love that. Yeah. Oh, great question. First of all, when I do the LinkedIn audit, is the first thing that I recommend people do is you go to your privacy settings, and first of all, make sure that people can see your photo. So many times you have the photo there, but you don't allow people to see it. So make sure that you can see your photo, and then change your privacy settings so that you can stalk people if you want to, and without them seeing that you're doing it. So you can look at other people's profiles anonymously. And the good thing about doing that, especially if you're new to LinkedIn, is to investigate other people's profiles, Alana. So you are a journalist and a TV presenter and somebody who's already successful. Somebody coming before you may look at you as a mentor or somebody that they want to aspire to be, and they might be looking at your LinkedIn profile just to get some ideas. So it's okay to look at your profile anonymously, right? So it's important to do that. And if you're job hunting, it's good because you might be looking at a job opportunity and see that the role reports to another person and that job title is listed in the job ad. So you can search for that job title in that organization and find out who your boss will be. And just knowing those little details might be easier for you to do your cover letter, prepare your job application. So it's good to use LinkedIn to find people like that. But you don't need to connect to everyone. And if you do decide to connect with anyone, send them a little note. Just yesterday, I'm a career coach, and another career coach decided to connect with me. I don't know her, and she didn't even send me a note. And I'm like, what are you teaching your people?
Is that the etiquette? If you connect with someone, should you be sending them a note, like a little message? Yes. Okay, that's good to know.
Of course.
Okay.
Unless I'm in a Zoom call with someone and I immediately go on LinkedIn and I find them and I connect with them that same minute, and they know exactly who I am because I've just, been talking to them on Zoom, I send them a note. I say, thank you. Just yesterday I was on a Zoom call with 5 people. I left the Zoom call. I connected with them, sending a note saying, thanks for the opportunity to present to your business, and connected with them. So yes, of course, it's etiquette. You shake people's hands and you say, how are you? You don't just go on calling street and distribute your resume to people without talking to them. Isn't it right?
Yeah, no, it's so true. You're a wealth of information in this space, Renata. If people want to find you and connect with you, potentially on LinkedIn, how can they find you, or via our website?
Find me on LinkedIn. My name is Renata Bernarde, and send me a note and connect with me. I'd love to hear from you.
Notes only, Ben. You get that when you connect with Renata? Notes only. Thank you.
Can I just say, I've learned so much. It's just been so fascinating to have that chat with you, Renata. I think a lot of people at home would also find this just so fascinating.
Thank you so much for your time, Renata.
No problem. I'll come back and talk to you more later.